What's up, you guys? Zoeb here from OneGlanceTrader.com, and welcome to episode 8 of my eToro copy trading journal. And if you're brand new to this eToro copy trading series, you can click the link in the description, which has the playlist of all the past episodes of me back in November 2020 when I invested $1,000 across 5 copy traders. And fast forward around 4 months. I've been adding continuously into the account, which I've gone through in the whole journey, and I've been adding new copy traders into this portfolio. And I've not placed any of my own trades. All the trades placed on this account have been done by copy traders, and I really wanted to test to see if we can make some decent amounts of money through the eToro copy trading service. So in this video, I'm going to do a very quick update on where we are in March 2021, and then I wanted to talk about Jay, who's absolutely smashing it inside my portfolio, and I've invested an additional $500 yesterday, which takes the full contribution or total amount to $1,000. And you can see here my overall equity in my portfolio is just under 3,000, of which now $1,000 is now in Jay's capable hands to make a solid return. So just to give an update in terms of where we are around $67 profit. These are live, and depending on when I release this video or when you watch this video, you can always click the first link in the description, which will take you to my stats page, and also in the description are the stats pages of all the copy traders that I mentioned. So the bit you obviously don't see the floating P&L, which is why I'm giving you behind the scenes access into what that floating P&L kind of looks like. And for those of you who watched episode 7 in the last one, February has been a very difficult time. No, sorry, March and February has been a very difficult time for growth stocks, especially tech stocks, which this portfolio is quite heavily weighted in based on these copy traders and what they kind of invest in. They've taken a massive hit, and I've managed to crawl a lot of that back throughout March, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that I can get over the line and end up with a green positive month. So if I just quickly go into the kind of my stats page so you guys can see what the current situation is. So we are now in the fifth month of trading since I started back in November 2020, and we've had 4 green months, and we're currently flirting with a red month of not a lot, only 0.75%. So I don't see this as a massive issue. And at the beginning of March, this was down like 2-3%, and throughout, as the markets kind of rebounded and stabilized slightly, we started to see some of that recovery come into play as well. And true gentlemen to the copy traders in my portfolio that have been working obviously hard for themselves, but obviously the people that they that are copying them to kind of mitigate the kind of risk. And this is where, if you look at the stats pages of some of the people, copy traders in my portfolio, some of them have not even seen a loss in March. Some of them have a bigger loss than this 0.75%, and kind of the net result is having a minimal 0.75% loss currently for March. So again, that's why it's important to do your research, not only spread the amount of equity you got across copy traders, but also looking at what instruments that these people are investing in, to make sure that you've got the breadth between stocks, currency pairs, crypto, and all the other kind of stuff that you can trade on the eToro platform. So you can see now my risk score has been keeping quite stable over the last few months, around 4, which again is not that high. I've seen it in the 7s before with some people, but overall I'm quite comfortable with where the risk score is. I'm on 5 copy traders now, which is good to see. Naturally, what I found is if your portfolio is not doing that well, a lot of people jump ship and then go to the next person. And I've only got five copy traders, so it's not really that much to look around. But if you look at some of the people that I've been looking to get into that I couldn't before, now this opportunity has arisen because of the kind of downturn in the current market conditions. So it's obviously saying I've done 8 trades, which basically means that I've invested into 8 copy traders. That does not mean that I only have 8 trades in my overall portfolio. I'm placing hundreds of trades, but that's through the copy trader. So in my stats, it's only going to show that I've placed 8 trades, which basically means I've copied 8 people. And then obviously in terms of frequency, in terms of trading, a lot's gone into J, and we'll go into that in a second. And these elements are kind of redundant because all my trading is done through copy traders. So if we have a look at my portfolio, you can see here, if I sort it by P&L return, J is obviously leading the way, and as you can see here, and we'll go into J stats in a second, of just over $1,000 invested. Then you got EG on there, who's also giving me a profit, and classic Oliver, who's steady but always gives a return of 1.48%, and Maciek again is also doing well there. Then you got the others in here that are in negative, and the main one is Federico, who copies ARK Investors portfolio, and that is a growth portfolio. So I expected to kind of see this from Federico, and this is where, again, as I mentioned, having that diverse portfolio of where Federico is purely just into growth stocks, whereas some of the other traders in my portfolio have spread their risk across other different industries and sectors. So again, that's why it's important to kind of look at that. So if we have a look at Jay's details in terms of the trades that he's in at the moment. So it's saying that I've made 7.48% return, but that's not really doing it any justice because I've just added £500 into $500, sorry, into this account yesterday. So that percentage return is definitely lowered when it was in the 11-12 kind of percent yesterday. So again, like I said, I'm in all of these positions. So when it shows on my portfolio that I've only got 8 trades, clearly I've got more than 8 trades here, and he's doing what he needs to do. So you can see here that I've got $580 invested, which means there's around $400 available capital for Jay to utilize and start using when he so chooses to opening a new trade. So like I said, I'm quite comfortable with what I'm doing. A lot of people have said in the comments about Jay. So if you are holding Jay as a copy trader, comment down below of how much you've got invested in Jay and how much percentage return that he's provided for you to date. So I'm fairly comfortable with this in terms of where we're at with everything. So really kind of happy with that performance. And just to kind of benchmark where Jay is compared to where I am, and if I just look from November 2020. He's 16 and 9, where I had about 1 or 2, and 7-8%, in January and February, ridiculous. And as you can see here, mine was, what was it, 0.75-ish percent. His is minus 1.53%. So there will be losing months, and again, the more and more I learn about the stock investing as opposed to forex trading, which is kind of where my trade is. This to a novice person who's just looking at some green and red numbers, I understand this now. So this kind of makes sense to me because I'm understanding and educating myself on the market where, you know, I I get that he's not going to get a green month every single month, and I get the kind of volatility that's going on inside the market. And some of the people, if you look at Federico's one from the Copy Arc Invest portfolio, it's a lot worse than this current position at the moment. So again, that's why it's good to have that diverse portfolio. So I mentioned before about risk rating scores. Again, don't really concentrate too much on this stuff here. And as you can see, he's kind of lost some copiers, mainly down to he's had a losing month so far to date. So again, I'm not going anywhere. I'm actually investing more in him because I understand the fundamentals behind what's going on inside the market, and I've got no issues with that. And as you can see, a majority of his portfolio is within stocks, and if you looked at some of the holdings that is in my portfolio, again you will notice that a lot of those are some growth stocks as well, which have kind of taken a hit as well. And again, very aggressive into Bitcoin is still performing relatively well, and I think he's actually increased his position in crypto Bitcoin over the last month or so. So again, he's very active, so it's not going to take that long for him to kind of eat up all that lovely equity that he's got to play with now as part of that. And as I mentioned in the last video, what I really wanted to do was kind of spread that risk out and start topping up other players. But when I look at how the market's performed and how Jay's performed in these market conditions, I felt that I wanted to kind of grow my kind of stake within Jay. And again, he's got his own YouTube channel and stuff, so I've subscribed, I watch what he's doing, and it kind of makes sense to me as a kind of trader. So I feel confident with the stuff that I've seen of him as an individual, but also how he's reacted to the current market conditions. So that's what I kind of really wanted to kind of go through today, just give you an update. Things are going well. Hopefully by the time March comes out, we've got about 7 days left, about a week more of trading. If I can get to at least a green, that will give me 5 months green in a row. That'd be absolutely fantastic. So on the end screen now, you've got the eToro playlist. Again, if you're new, you can watch all the videos back again. And I've also got my Forex scalping course as well, if you guys are interested in that, to take a look. So I really hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I shall see you guys in the next video.